Hello, I'm Gary Alexander, your state representative from the 20th District, representing Lewis County and parts of Thurston County, including Bacota, Maytown, Rochester, Tenino, and parts of Rainier. I'm reporting to you again from the 2001 legislative session here in Olympia. The budget negotiations between the House and Senate continue on an early action bill. As you may recall, we must first deal with an almost $600 million remaining shortfall between now and the end of June before we can start to address the larger $5 billion shortfall for the 2011-13 biennium. The latest version of the Senate's early action budget proposal and the House Democrat alternative still has me concerned. Like the budget passed by the majority party in the House earlier, the Senate's early action supplemental budget eliminates retroactive funding for elementary schools. This is money that was promised to school districts so they could hire more teachers to help reduce class sizes. Not only has the money been budgeted, in many cases, already been spent. There will be very many difficult choices that have to be made this session. But these decisions ultimately define our priorities. I cannot support a budget that retroactively takes money out of the classrooms. A budget decision that could well be in conflict with our constitutional and paramount responsibility for K-12 education. The Senate budget proposal and the House majority party alternative also failed to address our priorities of government by taking the necessary steps to reduce the footprint of government and start us on a path toward budget sustainability. It seems some legislative leaders want to try and continue to fund programs that we can no longer afford. It doesn't make sense to keep some of these governmental programs on life support for the next couple of months, only to have them eliminated in the next budget cycle, which begins July 1st. I am all for finding efficiencies and streamlining services where we can, but there is going to have to be significant movement and the elimination of entire programs in order for us to close the budget shortfall we have for the 2011-13 biennium. I'll continue to update you on the budget negotiations throughout this session. Earlier this week, the legislature took a first positive step in helping to provide more certainty and stability for employers by unanimously passing a bill that reduces unemployment costs by an average of 30% and extending temporary benefits for those citizens struggling in a tight job market. Many employers have seen both their unemployment and worker compensation rates skyrocket the last few years as the economy turned and layoffs increased. For someone trying to hire new workers or keep their small business afloat, these rate increases are devastating and prevent job growth just in the time we need it the most. The House agreed to a bipartisan solution that in essence rolls back the unemployment insurance tax rates for all employers in our state to January 1st, 2011 levels. There will be no rate increases this year. Every employer in this state will immediately see the savings on their tax statements. The agreement also included a slight increase of $25 in benefits that will be paid from federal dollars, and some workers will have their benefits extended through November of this year. In the end, even though this compromise didn't have everything we wanted, it's a win-win for struggling employers who are constantly seeing their tax obligations increased and workers who would otherwise see their unemployment benefits canceled. As always, I invite you to share your ideas by contacting my office. I welcome your input. You can use my direct line at 360-786-7990. Again, that's 360-786-7990, or call the toll-free hotline at 1-800-562-6000, or send a message by email. And don't forget to check my webpage for news. Again, this is Gary Alexander coming to you from the 2011 legislative session.